Blending is the most important phonemic awareness skill. The ability to blend quickly and accurately is the key to making a child a strong and fluent reader. Blending is simply putting together sounds to form words. But blending can be difficult for most children. Today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why children have difficulty blending and what you can do today to fix that. Number 1, they have not fully mastered their letter sounds. Now, this doesn't mean they need to know all their letter sounds at once, of course, but they need to have mastered the ones that you're asking them to blend. And I know sometimes as parents and teachers, we can think, but they know that one. I taught them that one. I know that they know it, but they really don't know it. They really have not mastered it, because if they mastered it, they wouldn't be thinking so hard. And if a child is struggling to blend, it may be because they're not only trying to blend the sounds together, but they're trying to remember what that actual sound was. So we really want to make sure that they have mastered the sounds that we are asking them to blend. One of the ways you can do this is by creating a sound wall. And every time your child learns a new sound, you put that sound on the wall. Now, you can buy my flashcards or you can make them yourself. And what I like to do is every time we are walking out the door, or we are going to the kitchen to get food, or maybe we're going into the car, I like to pull out either the flashcard version, or I like to look on the wall and say, hey, tell me what that sound is. What's that sound? What's that sound? And the children start to do it on their own. So they're getting in a ton of practice. That way you know that they have truly mastered the sounds. The second thing that could be an issue is that you are not properly scaffolding. Scaffolding simply means you start with the easy skill and move on slowly to a more difficult skill. In the case of blending here, we want to start with oral blending and then move on to visual blending. Oral blending simply means the child is blending based on the things that they hear, they're blending out loud. The point of oral blending is simply to teach the children what blending is, that they need to put together sounds to make words. So an oral blending exercise may sound like this: rain, bow. What word am I saying? Rainbow. Or I love to use the child's name, Piwe. Guess what word I'm saying? That's obvious. You're trying to say my name, Piwe. Yes, I like to also use familiar words to them. So it might look like this. Hey, what animal name am I trying to say? Cat. So you want to practice those oral blending exercises before you get into visual blending. And this doesn't mean you need to spend weeks and weeks on oral blending. It may just be a couple lessons or a week worth of lessons. But again, they have to understand that blending means we're putting together those sounds to form words. Then you can get into the visual blending where they're looking at letters. Here's what that looks like when we're teaching letter sounds. First of all, you're going to start with 2 sound words. Those are words like it, am, he. We don't want to start with really complex words, because by the time the child has sounded out the last sounds, they forgot what the first sound was. So start off with 2 sound words, then gently move to 3 sound, and then later on 4 sound words and beyond. Another type of scaffolding is making sure you choose words that are easy to blend. Let's take a look at these 2 words. Which one do you think is easier to blend? Sam. At. Why is Sam easier? Because the S, the S sound, is continuous. That means we can hold out this sound with our breath. So it makes it really easy to go Sam. On the other hand, k is a stop sound. We just say k, and I can't hold it out like that, okay? So we have to blend like this. Cat. So it makes more sense to start with sounds that are continuous. Some examples of continuous sounds are See that? It's so easy to hold those sounds out. Not easy to hold these sounds out. B, b, k, k. So make it easy on the child by having them blending words that start with continuous sounds first. The third issue is pretty simple. You may just not be modeling blending enough. Modeling is extremely important, and it's a teaching term where you show someone what to do. Okay, you might think, oh, we've worked on this so long, but you need to model, model, model. That means telling the child, watch me, watch what I do. Sam, now you do it. And if they mess up, okay, it's okay. Watch me again. Sam, until they can get it. So you want to model, 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 and model some more. Number 4, they're not practicing enough. Children, when they're learning to read, need to be practicing blending every single day. In fact, studies have shown that teachers who spend more time on practicing and modeling blending show an above average gain than teachers who do not. So make sure your child is getting in enough practice. Number 4, you're not practicing blending enough. Children need to practice blending every single day. In fact, studies show that teachers who spend an above average time modeling blending and having the children practice blending show greater gains in their students' achievement test in 1st and 2nd grade versus those who do not. Now we can see how important modeling and practice really is. By the way, if you are looking for a way for your child to get in more practice blending, please do check out the Homer app. I am a Homer ambassador, and what that means is that I have an affiliate link, and every time you guys click on a download link to a free trial and download and get the free trial of their app, I get a little change to help support this whole operation. So you guys are always asking, how can I help out? How can I help out? Download the Homer app. You can try it for free for 30 days, or you get a really good discount if you do the yearly with my link. The Homer app has fun and effective blending practice, and studies have shown that just 15 minutes of Homer a day is proven to increase reading scores by 74%. My children have been using it for years, so do grab a hold of this trial offer, and if you want the discounted membership, which comes out to $4 a month, which is awesome. For us, it's like $1 per child. They have storybooks, sound practice, phonological awareness, and more, but check out my favorite feature for blending right here.
After all that listening, I think it's time to tap and read. Now it's your turn. Wiggly ears, cheers. Let's put the sounds together. Tap.
Faster.
Tap. Wow, wow, wow.
So yeah, check it out. Finally, your blending procedure may not be explicit or effective. Explicit simply means crystal clear. We want to make sure kids know exactly what they're supposed to do. And if we're unclear about that, how would they be clear about it? So there are 2 procedures that produce the best results when teaching blending. That's showing final blending and successive blending. I'm going to show you what each of those are right now. Successive blending is just like this. You point to the sound. You're going to say each sound as you move your finger across the word. Sam. You're going to go a little bit faster. Sam. Sam. This word is Sam. So in successive blending, we don't stop in between the sounds. With successive blending, if you are starting with a sound that is a stop sound, it sounds like this. Cat, cat, cat. So you just link this first sound with the second sound. Now in final blending, we go over each sound individually and then go back and say the whole word. Looks like this. Sa, sa, Sam. This word is Sam. Okay, see the difference? Same thing we would do here. K, a, ca, t, t, cat. So choose which method works best for that child. If you are having trouble with one method and you try for a week, the next week maybe try the other method and see if that's a little bit easier for them. Homework for tonight is to make a sound wall. Guys, this is so crucially important because it's going to force you to practice every single day. Put it somewhere that you walk past every day that you can kind of just reference to your child through random times of the day. Clearly you can do it yourself, but if you want to support me, you can do so by purchasing the watercolor phonics cards on my site. The next part of your homework is to make sure you get practice in. Now, if you do the sound wall, you're going to get practice in those letter sounds, but to get practice in with blending, I want you to either spend just 5 minutes a day helping your child blend words together, or download the Homer app, get the free 30-day trial, and put them on the section where they're learning to blend. Once you log on and they'll say like, what level is your child on? If you slide it all the way to the end, one of the first things they're going to start out is with blending. All right, I'll see you in the next video where we go over 10 different blending activities that you can do. After that, we move more into phonics.